These caves were carved over thousands of years by nothing but water and wind. Hidden in Patagonia, in one of the most remote places I have been so far. But getting here didn't go as planned. Alright, I finally got some clean laundry again. After a few days in Perito Moreno, it was time to move on again. Next destination, Chile. We're going to Chile Chico, hopefully. And this time I tried to get there by hitchhiking. I started just outside town, at a small road leading towards the border. And surprisingly, it worked pretty quickly. Within less than an hour, I was already on my way, getting closer and closer to Chile. First ride came after 30 minutes and brought us all the way to Los Antiguos, which is the border town to Chile. So somewhere that direction is the border. So I'm probably gonna cross on foot if it's not too far. And then we're going to Chile Chico. Next spot, we got the beautiful mountains in the background. And now we wait again. A few rides later, I reached the border. Stamped out of Argentina. Crossed the no man's land. Entered Chile. We're in Chile. We made it. I made it to Chile Chico. We made it to Chile Chico. And this is the spot for tonight. Maybe I stay a bit longer here. Just look at that. That looks amazing. And set up my tent for the night. The town sits right next to this massive lake, surrounded by mountains and open landscape. these yellow stairs leading up to a viewpoint. And from there, the view was incredible. This local trail. Let's see where it is heading. After a long day of hitchhiking, this felt like the perfect place to slow down for a bit. Alright, next goal. We're trying to get all the way to Puerto Rio Tranquilo. So this is here. Small town around, let's see, 3 hours, 164 kilometers away. And tomorrow we're trying to get there. Maybe, I don't know. There's some places in between where we could stop, so we will see how well it goes. And that evening, there was even a small local gathering in town.
A partir de ahora se dan 5 minutos.
The next day, I tried to continue towards Puerto Rio Tranquilo, but this time, things didn't go as planned. I waited and waited. Cars passed by, but almost none of them were going in my direction. But after a few hours, it became pretty clear this wasn't going to work today. So instead, I ended the day at the lake, watching the sun go down. So we didn't get lucky today. We're finding a hitchhike. So I'm in my camping spot again. I'm not even gonna bother putting up the tent. And tomorrow we have a bus to Puerto Rico. Tranquilo? The next morning, I gave up on hitchhiking and decided to take the bus instead. The bus looked a bit questionable. Dents everywhere, cracked windshield, and somehow it got us moving. Turned into gravel, twisting through the mountains, slowly getting more and more remote. After a few hours, I finally made it to Puerto Rio Tranquilo, a small town that felt completely different from everything before. Alright, we arrived. There's no Wi-Fi here for phones, even no cellular network. So first up we're going to the campsite that direction, and we're gonna search for a place to sleep for tonight. Found our campsite. I set up my tent and got ready for the next day. I spent the next day taking it slow. I met a couple of guys from Chile and we decided to try our luck fishing. No luck, but honestly, it didn't really matter. Back at camp, I spent the rest of the day editing, trying to catch up after the last few days. And as the sun went down, the place just kept getting better. Tomorrow I would finally go to see the marble caves. Early the next morning, I joined a boat tour to visit the marble caves.
Ahora sí, oficiales, buenos días. Disculpen la demora, los problemas.
And this place was even more impressive than I expected. On the way, we passed this old shipwreck, left behind from the time when this area was used for mining. Ships like this were used to transport materials across the lakes, and now it's just slowly disappearing. Not long after that, we reached the caves. Over thousands of years, the water carved these formations into the rock, creating sharp textures and colors that almost don't look real.
Que es una gotita que crece hacia abajo y demora 1 centímetro 100 años en crecer, pero aquí no se ven. La mayoría de las cavernas en las que entramos las han roto, las han tocado. Ya. ¿Se pueden colocar de pie? Sí. Turnémonos mejor, para que nos vayamos en orden y después sacar sus fotos que vienen adelante y todo. ¿Quién quiere foto aquí adelante? ¿Quién quiere pasar adelante? Paredones de mano. Se ve al frente, una vista universal. Acá hay, a ver. La foto hacia atrás. Otro problema. Foto del pecho y hacia atrás, para los que les gustan las fotos. Ácido carbónico. Este lago se formó hace 23.000 años atrás, cuando se derritieron hace 23.000 años atrás,
highlight, the marble cathedral. A natural structure standing on its own in the lake. It's hard to explain, but being there in person just feels different.
No está con la cámara.
¿Les gustó la excursión, chicos? Sí. Entonces, tranquilamente se pueden sacar los chalecos y bajar. Las últimas fotos panorámicas, con eso ya nos vamos a ver.
After the tour, I headed back to camp, and that evening, the day ended with a local party. Music, people, and a pretty good way to finish the day. Patagonia still has a lot more to offer, and this was just one small part of the journey. But for now, that's it from me. I see you in the next video.